So today what I wanted to do was to let we can try to do together the emptying of mind of contents. So whatever contents we have now, we can change it. Meaning by changing the perception, we can make the mind have something else than this. Okay. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, and we'll see what can be done in order to make sure that we achieve till the end. Okay, at least some glimpse of it, if not completely doing it. So the first thing you need to do once you start on this, assuming that you are able to watch the breath for good amount of time, what you can then do is, like in the Mulakasutta, you have to have interest, chanda. Okay. So first you need to create an interest to empty the mind. If there is no interest in emptying the mind, it'll never be able to do anything. So first have an interest in emptying the mind. The second thing you need to do is to have manasikara. Okay. And that is how it works. Meaning if you make up your mind and then only it works. So kim sambhava sabbe dhamma. It is actually manasikara sambhava sabbe dhamma. This you don't forget. So if you make up your mind, it works. Okay. So let me first finish this adding people. So basically, first we have to see what is there in the mind. So you don't have to close your eyes, just have to watch your breath and see what is there in the mind. If there is doubt in the mind, you should make up your mind with the mind that you don't have any doubt. Okay. If you have a doubt whether this will work or not, then it is better not to do. Because then what you're doing is you're not believing in what Buddha is saying. So the first thing you need to do is, if you are really a faith follower, Saddhanusari of Buddha, then whatever is there in the sutta, just accept it is possible. Now you don't have to question, you don't have to do 100 different things and get lost in it. Okay. Now assuming that I've done that, then the first thing that's going to happen is going to have a contact, phassa. Okay. So you need to have contact of the senses, especially the mind sense door, to see the content. So, samudaya, arising. So it starts to arise. So you'll be able to see it like images. So before we begin this journey, you need to see what the mind will project. One, talking, some mental chatter, followed by images, followed by tactile or bodily feelings or sensations. Let's say I'm talking about coffee. Now, there is a picture of coffee. So then I will go to the kitchen to make coffee. Right? Sometimes you get the image of coffee. Then you start talking about coffee in the mind. Should you make it now? Should you make it later? Is it worth it? Not worth it? In the meanwhile, some neighbor is drinking coffee and you get the aroma, and then You want to have coffee. So then it turns into a tactile sensation that you need to physically get up and make coffee. This is what the mind presents. And this in the Dutiya Baddha Gaddula Sutta, Buddha talks it as Chalana Nama Chitta, keeps on moving. Okay. Why I'm bringing you this is how you need to start seeing the mind. First, verbal, second, images, third one, physical. So, a girl comes in the mind, let's say, or a woman comes in the mind, has three stages. First, the image, second, the verbalization. That's the reason it's called Vachi Sankhara, because Vitakka Vichara is going to happen. And third one, you physically do something. Let's say I want to go somewhere to a mountain region or even to a monastery, let's say, for a meditation, to a vihara. Now, first comes the image of that vihara, and second comes verbal. Oh, this I want to go. And third, you will get up to go. Clear? So that's what there in the mind. So, verbal, image, physical. Any question? Anyone? Otherwise, now you're ready to remove that coffee or that vihara or whatever is there. So the question comes, should you go somewhere for meditation? And the answer is no. You don't have to go anywhere for meditation. You don't have to leave your place at all. And that is what is the name Culasuññatasutta. Emptying of everything. Yes, Bobby.
Vilashi, when you say this verbal image and the physical, is it connected with Vaji Sanghara and
Yes, it
Kaya
is.
Sanghara?
Yes, it
Image is
is.
Mano Sanghara.
Image is the mano sankhara and the physical is the kaya sankhara and that verbalization is the vachi sankhara. Correct.
So in this order only it will come all the time.
It may differ. You will not do kaya without either the verbalization or the mental construct or an image. So the first thing we need to do, Bobby, is it's a good question you asked me, but the first thing you need to do is watch your mind, like what Buddha says. Just watch the mind. Learn to watch the mind. And Chuladas uses the word metacognitive or something like that. Metacognition or something, what he puts one term. So that's what it means. You start watching the mind. Whether this physical pull is independent of it or dependent of it. It's dependent. Let's say, Bobby, we want to go to Dhammagiri. First comes image or first comes verbalization, that differs. But let's say it comes in my mind that I need to go to Dhammagiri. So the Dhammagiri gets established as an image with movement. So Chalana started to move. So I'm now watching, and that makes me to verbalize. And then I will tell you, I'll ask you, Bobby, shall we go to Dhammagiri? Let's say that is not there in your mind yet. I'm trying to plant that in your mind by saying, let's go to Dhammagiri. And since you also like Dhammagiri, you will get the verbalization now, not image, because I am telling you. And then you would book, or you would, let us say, Merin has not taken her car, and then we have the car, and then we drive to Dhammagiri. Does that answer your question, Bobby?
Yes, Vilashi. I was trying to figure it out. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, sure. So, the first thing we need to see is the mind. Like Venu has been sending many messages. So, if you look at that also, there is verbalization, there is an image, and he's sending it. Otherwise, he can't do anything. Now, what we are trying to do is to cut off this. So, you get Nibbana. You understand? Like in the Chula Vedala Sutta, Dhammadina explains this. First comes Vachi Sankharo, then Kaya Sankharo, then Mano Sankharo. Okay. That is when you're sitting for meditation. But when you're planning or scheming, it can differ, except for Kaya, because you will ultimately do something about it. Okay. So with this small introduction, so let's proceed further. So he says here in this sutta that Aranyasanya, that is, you first bring something called as Aranya, forest or wilderness. It's not about going to a forest. It is creating a manasikara of that. Paticca manasi karoti ekattam tasya tassa aranya sanyaya chittam pakhandati pasidati santittati adimuchyati so evam pajanati e asu dharata कामसन्यम पटिच्च तेधा न संति ये असु धारत मनुसन्याम पटिच्च तेधा न संति अत्थि चेवयम धारत मत्ता यदिदम अरण्यसन्यम पटिच्च एकंति सो शून्यमिदम संन्यागतम गाम संन्याय इति पजानाति शून्यमिदं संन्यागतं मनुस्य संन्याय इति पजानाति अथ चेविदम् अशून्यतं यदिदम् अरण्यसंन्यां पटिच्च एकन्ति इति यन्हि खो तथा न होति तेन तं शून्यं समनुपस्सति यंपन तथा अवसिट्ठं होति तं संतमिदम् अत्थि पजानाति एवं पिस्स एष आनंद यथाभूतञ्च अविपल्लत्थ परिशुद्ध शून्य शून्यता पक्कन्ति भवति. So what he says here, that let's say you are in a place, talks about Gamma, Grama, village. Now we are in the house, considered to be a village. Yes, it's a village or a town. The collection of village is a town, and collection of towns is a city. So now we are having a sanya of city, that's perception of city. If you deep dive into the city, you get what? Town. If you try finding out what is there in the town, you get village. If you try getting into the village, you get dwellings. If you dive into the dwelling, you get nothing. Like we are calling Bangalore city, collection of towns, because each has a municipal corporation. It is collection. So it's just like Kaya, this body is collection of so many things. So when we call it as a unit, we call it as vilas. But when you want to specifically look into vilas, it turns itself into a town. It's a city. So this is a city. This body is like a city, which has highways and freeways and so many other things, and blood going here, food is going there, and so many things happening. But when we really see what is there inside this body, you'll find collection of certain organs, which is town. If you see the towns, you'll see each doing its own function. Kidney is doing its own function, heart is doing its own function, liver is doing its own function, everything is doing its own function. So it's a village. If you will try to look inside the village, what is happening? Inside the heart, inside the lungs, inside the liver, inside the intestine, inside all of these, basically survival. That's all what's happening. Survival on what? Food. What else? So when we say cell is eating, the collection of cells. So then there are two kinds of cells. One is bacterial cells and one is human cells. In fact, the human cells are lesser in number than the bacterial cells. Okay. If you look at the gut, it has only bacteria. In fact, there are only 18 enzymes for digestion, and the remaining are bacteria. So when we say probiotic, it's bacteria. You're feeding bacteria so that it digests the food. You can't digest the food. Bacteria can digest the food. It's a collection. It's a colony. So shunya of what? Of my existence. So nice. So amanasikara of this body and manasikara of aranya. I can do like that. And that's the reason Buddha Dhamma is very depth oriented than physical. So when we say aranya gatova, a person really goes to the forest. He should have read Culasuññatasutta. He wouldn't have to go to the forest. He doesn't have to go to forest. Yes, going to forest is also there, but you can do it sitting here. So I am emptying of whatever is there. So he says, Gama Sanyam Amanasi Karota. Empty the village in the mind, not physical. Don't run, take your car and run away somewhere. And Rukkamula Gatova is even more worse. People go to the foot of the tree. Go to the root cause of your problem. What's the problem? Restlessness, worry. Okay, then doubt, then thinamida, sloth and topper, ill will, and sensual. These are the 5 things what I have. So I better go to the root cause, root of the tree. Because why he used Rukkamula? It's a simile to say what you should do. Upama. It's not that you shouldn't be sitting in the foot of the tree. You can. But that's got nothing to do with you'll get. So you create a tradition against that and say you should go to the foot of the tree. Another person will come up with thing called as shunyagara. Will start creating empty cells, thinking that if I go there, I can meditate. This is far from truth. Okay. So now I see this as a collection, just like this body is collection of so many organs, and those organs have so much of functions. So it's an industry basically. This body is like an industry or a processing center which processes many things. So this whole thing of this body can be considered as a grama, a village. So amanasi karota of the village. Then you go to aranya, forest. So no human, no gama or grama or village is there in your mind because you've emptied of it. Now, have I done that? You have to check. If yes, he says it's a shunya. That means you have something filled up now, and that is the forest. Perception of the forest. Aranya sanya. Sanya means perception. So you removed one perception to put another perception. Just like while I was in Vipassana Research Institute, I removed or did a manasikara of VRI. It's because it makes no sense. Why should I be in VRI? Why should I go to this Vipassana Research Institute or a retreat? Why? Makes no sense. It's stupidity. So what I should do? Remove it. Irrespective whether you're in the retreat or not, you should be watching the breath. Irrespective of whether you're sitting there or not, you should do Vipassana. So do the shunya of that. So when I removed it, manasikar of VRI, will VRI exist in the mind? No. Then I removed the building. Which building? VRI building. Why? Because it has VRI in that building. I don't want to be in VRI. Out. Should I do Dhamma hall? Please. Should I do the room? Please. So the Gama is gone. In this case, my grammar is what? VRI. Because there are people. I should remove the people. For the next 10 days, no perception of people. Then what about assistant teacher? Remove. No assistant teacher. It's a concept. There is no assistant teacher there. It's just a concept. Remove. Wow, it's amazing. Then what happens? It becomes empty. And that's exactly what I want. Now I can sit comfortably. Yes, Harry.
So when you say forest or this aranya, is that a literal forest or anywhere remote or something?
That's exactly the sutta talks about. He's sitting in that hen, that house. And he's doing the entire thing. He's explaining Ananda how you can remove it. His talk
Yeah,
is,
I don't mean physically go there. I mean in the mind, what perception of
yeah,
wilderness
you
you,
can bring wilderness. You can bring in wilderness. Yes,
any
absolutely.
forest or some beach or
Yes,
anywhere.
you can bring.
Anything.
You can, you have to replace one with another. See, the basic objective is replacement and then drop everything off. So first you have to replace. Now you see, I'm sitting here in this house. Can I remove the concept of this house? No, because it has to be filled or replaced with something else. Like the coffee, which example I gave. The image is of this house. So I should replace that with some other. So I'll put forest. Why forest? Because it lacks human beings. So the distraction is less. So hence I make it. It's very good for me. Yes, go ahead.
What if in the mind it perceived this animal may come, that animal may come? What should you do?
Then go back to your dwelling. You already bought that, whatever that Quest 3, virtual reality. You are exactly creating the same virtual reality through Manasikara, right? Now, whatever virtual reality we put that day, I and you are talking, right? It's virtual. You are standing next to me. Isn't that an amazing thing? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely put on something to go to the forest and then just see myself being there. But in the past, when I did that, I was afraid, what if a bear comes or something like that? What should I?
Because your mind is not matured enough to do that shunyata.
Okay.
Why make that? You sit somewhere, meaning you make whatever. Let's say you have one nice, peaceful surrounding. You're seeing it on some place, and then like Hawaii, right? And then you can bring in Hawaii. Can do that. In fact, that's what Vimala Ramsi did. The meditation, the 6 hour, is that only, right? If you really observed, what it does it do? You recognize, you release, like that. Correct? So you recognize there's a thought which is conflicting against the good thought what you have. Let's say I am now in a Hawaii beach. And in that frame appears in the peripheral awareness another conflicting thought. To be in Sunnyvale. Whatever reason. Maybe you remember your work. So, and there's conflicting. Then what do? If you give it a thought, meaning if you budge or if you could yield to this office thought, it will replace the Hawaii thought with Sunnyvale. Even though you're physically sitting in Hawaii Islands, but you're experiencing Sunnyvale. Isn't it true or false? Where is the mind now? It's in Sunnyvale. It should have been in Hawaii Islands, Honolulu, or wherever you're gone, and then it should have been there. But what it does is extraordinary. It goes to Sunnyvale. It goes to your office. It goes to your workstation. It goes to your boss. It goes here. It goes there. But what happened to Hawaii? In fact, you're sitting in Hawaii, but you're worrying about your work. So, first came the image, then verbalization started. So you get disturbed. You get up from that place, and then you take your phone and you call your manager. And your manager says, "Hey, Ariu, what happened? Why are you calling me today?" Just you say, "Hey, I'm on a vacation to Hawaii." "Ah, is it? Oh, very nice. Why, what happened?" Then you say, "You know what? This thought came into my mind." And then, come on, that's okay. But you know what? Since you called me, I think I have two more things to tell you. That code had a issue, and then we are trying to rework on that. Can you just attend for a little while and then see what can be done? So anyway, have you carried your laptop, Ariu? Yes, yes, I have carried. And then why don't you fix that up for, it just hardly takes 10 minutes for you. Okay, and then you start working just for 10 minutes. So I tell you are going to inform Luke, hey, you know what? Just 10, 15 minutes, I'll just finish this. And it takes hours to get it. And then you relieved. What happened to Hawaii? So who took it? This thought. So the Vimalaramsi's Siksa is one way to get there. In fact, it was very good for initial people who's, it's better than Vipassana of Goenka, for that matter. And that's the reason if you listen to Vimala Ramsey's videos, he is very clear why he left the Burmese tradition. Because it was making no sense in sitting and paining yourself when everything has to be done in the mind, not physical. Sitting for 1 hour, 2 hours, 10 hours is a physical activity. That's far from truth. Anyway, coming back to this point, is that you need to bring it like this. So you have to make manasikara of this and amanasikara of that. So when another thought is coming, it's bringing in pressure. So I need to watch the breath, meaning my meditation object. If I don't have a meditation object, it's a pain. So what Vimaramsi did, instead of watching the breath, he took a thought. So for him, it worked. Yes, sir.
So this thought here, as you were speaking, I was thinking this scene you've created in the mind.
Yes.
Is that the meditation object? But on
Yes.
top of it, you take the breath as well, you're saying.
Yes. So now let us play this game. You are in Hawaii. You're sitting in your house in Mountain View and you want to bring in Hawaii, right? Now you recognize that you want to bring Hawaii. You release any other thought which is there. Then you relax. Relax what? Relax the pressure which that other thought is bringing. Right? There's a pressure. And when I relax, I know that thought is going away, fading away. So I re-smile. This is addition from Vimal Ramsey. There's nothing called you smiling it. You get a smile.
It's there. It's there too.
I know it's there, but I'm saying he brought this up, re-smile, so that he was feeling pressure of this Burmese technique of Goenka or Paok and all of this. It's a headache. These guys are killing me because he stayed in Burma for 20 years practicing this so-called Vipassana. And he got bugged with this. So he had this called re-smile. Okay. Now, when you re-smile, what are you going to do? What else will you do? You return back to your Hawaii island and you repeat back the process all over again. 6 hours, right? So if I were to go in circle, recognize, release, relax, re-smile, return, and repeat. Yes.
Okay, one question. So you created this virtual place. You dwell in it. You exclude everything else. Now, there's also breath. I guess my question is the purpose to watch the breath in this environment?
If
Or
you can't watch the breath, there are multiple strategies, right? See, Ariu, from the time I've seen you from 2019 till today, you are struggling with breath. Let's take that to be true. Is there any other thing you can do? Hold on to one thought forever. It is equivalent to holding on to breath.
but then just now you were saying also watch the breath. So I'm wondering what's the relationship?
No, initially you start the breath. See, breath watching is the best one. While watching the breath, do the emptiness. Because that's your object. That's my object. But that's not your object, let's say. And your object is a thought. Let's say I'm in Hawaii Islands and then I'm seeing the water coming and then making my feet wet and a lot of lights. And then Hawaii is a nice place to be anyway. It's beautiful. Just 2 eyes are too insufficient. Right? And having a nice drink. Don't ask me what the drink is. Some good drink. And I have made everything good. The location, the place I want to sit, the sand, and the coolness of that water touching my legs. And I'm in either in dawn or in dusk, not sun being there, not hot, not humid, not sweaty. And the sun is yet to come up. A shimmer of light emerges. And I make this and sit. And that's it. No change of object. Any object coming, any thoughts coming and cross-firing it will not get any chance. So I went to the forest. Aranya, Sanya. From the world, which consisted of people and grammar and all of that. How long can I stay? Come on, what are you talking? I can stay for the whole day. But I'm in the hotel room. Fine. No, I'm at my house in Mountain View. Perfect location to be in Hawaii. You didn't even spend $100 to fly. Just doing it at your bedroom. Why should you go somewhere? I don't understand. Why should you kill yourself going to 100 different monasteries? Not required. Like Archana is in Mumbai and she can be doing it in local train. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess one question is, I mean, for me, I may struggle with breath. But for Buddha, he is always watching the breath, let's say.
Forget others. You just make yours. Why are you bothered about Buddha or he's somebody else? This is the problem.
Because in the sutta, he says, even I do
Forget,
this. I wonder why he even needs it.
forget it. You just go by this sutta, Culasuññatasutta. Why are you skipping? Tell me one thing, Ariu. Why do you want to skip this step? Just follow it.
Okay, because I mean, in this sutta itself, Buddha said even I do this. That's why I'm asking.
He is
But
doing it. He's teaching how to do shunyata. Yeah, he's doing it. That's the reason he's saying, I'm doing this. And Ananda says, how? So he explains.
but for his case, the breath is sufficient. Why is this also required?
You have to ask Buddha. I'm not the founder of that, of that shunyata. Do you want it to work, or do you want to question that? Or why did he come up with that? You should then ask the person who invented it. I'm not an inventor of that. But it has worked wonders for me. And I'm interested only in that. I'm not interested in why he created, why he explained this to Ananda. I'm least bothered about it. It works. See, all that I'm interested in works. It should work. Supposing I'm not able to get the breath. People are saying, Vilas, watch the breath, in breath, out breath, this breath, that breath, it's not working, and I'm crying and I'm struggling and I'm asking 100 different bhantes, and the bhantes don't know themselves, and then I'm frustrated. In fact, I wanted to jump out of my terrace building, and that didn't happen because there was a tree in between. And then I thought, let me go and hit the train, but the train that day stopped because of a strike, and I couldn't jump or do anything. I can't kill myself, nor I can live. What I can do? Then Buddha hit me on my head saying that, hey, Vilas, why don't you do what I'm doing? Tell me, dear sir, what are you doing? I'm emptying my mind. Yes. Should you not empty your mind, Vilas? Sir, my mind is empty. Stupid fellow. Your mind was filled with suicide. Isn't it or not? How do you know, sir? I know everything in this world. Now you better sit here. I will teach you step by step. Forget the railway track. Yes, sir. Forget your house. Yes, sir. Like that, I do it. It works. And that's it. Why should I be bothered why Buddha found this out? And why is he doing it? Let him find it. But why he is doing it? I'm least bothered. He's doing it for my benefit. It's good. I'm learning it. Yeah, go ahead.
I guess the primary question for me is that while in that, just forget about the breath for the time being. Okay. You don't have to sit there and watch the breath, is what I'm saying. You don't have to.
My dear friend, Ariu, it's the object, and you should not let go of the object. Whether it is breath or thought, it doesn't matter. As long as you're on the object of meditation and you're not changing the object at any given point, you will achieve liberation. If by chance you were to get out of that object, you're done. Because consciousness is what everyone wants. Each thought is fighting for its survival. Okay? You get a thought of drinking coffee or tea because you have left it empty, meaning it can occupy, basically. And when it can occupy, it becomes a problem. Just a second. Hello. ಹೌದು ಮಾಮೂಲಿನೇ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಸೇಮು, ನಾಳೆನೂ ಸೇಮು. ಓಕೆ ಡನ್. ಹೌದು ಆಗಲಿ ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಬಾಯ್. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I need to take my object. Keep that object. Whether you follow Vimal Ramsey or you follow what Buddha is saying, it doesn't matter. Whatever works for you. I took Vimal Ramsey 6R because for those people who can't watch the breath and they want to commit suicide in watching the breath, they can go with 6R. Take a thought of your loving liking, where you find Oh, this is one thought I would like to be living on. Done. You don't have to go on the 90th floor and jump out of that building because you're not able to watch the breath. Just sit in your place, whichever place it is. Just watch the thought, that thought. And you might ask, where is Buddha explaining this? It's there. Not only Sutta, it's there in Dutiya Baddha Gaddula Sutta. He says, watch the mind. Just do that. Why are you obsessed with breath? Leave it. If it doesn't work, throw it out of the door. And that's it. Indeed, you should be on 18 hours on breath or on the object of meditation. That's the rule. It can be anything, but stay on that. You can't change the object at all. Once decided, this is my object, and that's it. No changing, no giving reasons, no excuses, nothing. I'm not saying that you should watch the breath, that to closed eyes. No. You mean to say breath will not be there if you're in open eyes? How stupid is that? You think you're not breathing if you're not closing your eyes? No, you're breathing. You just have to watch the breath. Where does Buddha say you have to close your eyes and sit like one statue? Where does he say? Which sutta? There's no reference to it. It's something created. So what's happened here is that in our mind, we have created an image that if you were to meditate means take a cushion, sit on that, close your eyes, and watch the breath. Makes no sense. It makes wonderful nonsense. What is required is initially you started, keep that object, breath. That's the object. Complete it. In whichever posture, it doesn't matter whether you're walking or talking, except for talking, eating, and drinking. Be with it. Oh, well, you know what? I can't watch the breath. Take the thought. Take one thought. Beyond that, beyond that, beyond that. That's it. Over. While you are interacting with the world outside, keep the thought in peripheral awareness. Just finish. Let's say I'm supposed to be working on office. Office thoughts I'm allowing inside. I've kept this thought, this Hawaii Island peripheral awareness. Okay. Now I finish my office work and meetings and all of that. As soon as the surgeon completes the surgery, is he interested in that? Come on, what stupid it is. He just finishes it. Hey, success. Take it. And he brings back that object. He's not interested in that patient. He's compassionate to the patient. He's doing everything to the patient, but he's in love with the patient. Is he wanting to have a relationship with that patient? No, he's having a relationship as a patient and a doctor. He's not specifically interested in that patient. But while he was cutting, while he was doing, he was totally involved in that. That's right. But in peripheral awareness, this is there. So as soon as he completes the job, subject comes and then he sits. Until the next patient comes. And the next patient comes, sir, I'm feeling, oh, well, blah, blah. He listens to him. He's not taking it inside, whatever he's saying. He's yelling or he's feeling upset. having some other thing, some fluid is coming out of his mouth or nose or somewhere. So he again does what he's supposed to do, give tablets or injection or surgery or whatever it is. Again sends him off. Our job is like that. Office job is exactly the same. It is stinking place. Every project stinks. Every work stinks. Can be whatever profession. It's one of the lousiest thing you can do, but yet you should do it for survival. You're going for samma ajiva, livelihood. Just go, do it. Earn money from that. Take care of your family requirements. But does that mean you're not breathing? How stupid is that? What an argument that I need to find to watch the breath. Where on the hell is that? Okay, go with some other object. And who told you to sit in closed eyes meditation? Who said? Which sutta talks that? Let us go through that at least. As far as I know about, from Anguttara Nikaya to Majjhima Nikaya to Sanyukta Nikaya to Khuddaka Nikaya to Dhika Nikaya, there is not even one single sutta which says, close your eyes. There's one sutta where Sariputta says, when you're walking, you should lower your gaze. That's correct. There's no sutta which says, sit under a banyan tree or a peepal tree or this tree and close your eyes. And do what? Sleep. What else will you do? But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it. Do it. Why? Because it calms the mind. Because when you close your eyes, one of the sense door is closed. At least effectively 6 sense doors, one sense door is closed. So you're not visually irritated by things happening outside. Nicest thing to do. But is that the only thing you can do? No. And the purpose reason I took this Culasuññatasutta is to tell you how to practice. And you can practice it right away. Just empty the mind. Or Dutiya Gaddula Sutta, Dutiya Baddha Gaddula Sutta, where you can see the mind, chalana. Chalan Nama Chitta. In fact, the Indian way of movie, you will be shocked. It's called Chalana Chitra. Moving images. Okay. There. You can search for Chalana Chitra. It says movie. The whole life is a movie from birth till now. Just watch it. For that way, where you want to go. Don't take it as yours. Yes or no, mama. This does not belong to me. If it were to be belong to you, you don't even have that body and the mind and other things, what you're seeing as a baby. Let alone you. Your son or daughter is gone. So, what are you talking? Neso aham asmi. This doesn't belong to me. Absolutely true. Neso me atta. This is not myself. How can you call that body which is already deceased as yourself? That means yourself is dead. Meaning you were a child and that self is dead. And then the next self came. It was called as a teenager, and that is dead. Then you became a youth, and that self is dead. And then you became a family man or a woman, and coming into middle age, that self is dead. And now you're going to become an old age, and that self is dead, is going to die, and will anyway leave the body. So, haven't you died every 10 years once, at least minimum? If we were to call 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70. If I am in 50s, I've already died 5 times in a decade. What if I were to make it 5 years? It became 25. What if I were to make it 1 year once? Happy death day to you. Happy death day to you. Happy death day, dear beloveds. Happy death day to you. Right? And you can clap and burn the candles. And the stupid guy doesn't know he's burning his candle. And he's laughing. Ah, God. He should have been crying, actually. I lost 1 year. 1 year gone. Right? That's the heights of stupidity. So, have I not died? I've died. Simple. Just choose what you want. Simple as that. Yeah, you wanted to ask me something.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask that when Buddha say watch the mind in that sutta, the Charanam Chitta, he's disinterested in whatever content is on the mind. He's taking the mind itself, the screen, as the object.
It's a screen.
It's a screen. So he's find the mind, and that's the object, nothing on it.
No, he's not interested. There's no specific interest. He's just watching the mind. Chalana nama chitta. That's the best.
Whatever come, he's disinterested, and he just drops it.
It is dropping by itself. What are you? I'm holding it. That is the problem. I'm in upadana with that experience, and that's a problem. If I don't have upadana pachaya bhava, no bhava, no jati, no jara, no marana, no soka, no parideva, no dukkha, no domanasa, no upayasa, niruchanti. Evameva kevalasa dukkha khandasa nirodho hoti. That's all I'm supposed to do. Yes, go ahead.
But I guess it's very difficult for someone who's not proficient to see some thought and not get caught up at all and just able to let it
That's a
pass.
different story, my dear friend. I'm saying you take breath as an object. That's the best thing you could ever have. But if you're struggling, like you've been struggling from 2019, from the time I've been seeing you, it's up to you. If you want to keep on struggling, be it. If you think I've found it, be on that for 18 hours, not removing the breath even for a moment. If you are a person neither here nor there, nobody can help you. Even the Lord Buddha, I'm calling Lord Buddha because that's what is written, can help you in watching the breath. Okay. Yes, Bobby.
Vilashi, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, absolutely. Loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. This when you are saying stay with one thought, like in this particular sutta, your perception is changing from the like forest to the people and all this and ultimately reaching the shunyata. So when you're saying stay with one thought, what do you mean by that? Even breath itself, sometimes I feel it is a thought. So when you say that one thought, in this sutta also the thoughts are perception or thought is changing, right? So are you
Thought
saying the
will not
same thing?
change. No, thought will not change. You can do in 3 approaches, Bobby. First approach, keep the breath. You should have something which is consistent, which is breath. It's consistent. It's been there. You don't have to do anything to create a breath. It's there, given. This is the best, safest method. Second method, what Vimal Ramsey talks. Create one thought, stay with that. Okay. Third one, go by Dutiya Baddha Gaddula Sutta and watch the mind. Be with either one of them. Then the shunyata automatically happens. Or,
So sorry,
yes, go ahead. Yes, Bobby, go ahead.
in Vibalaramsi's this technique. So when you say stay with the one thought, does that mean that he normally says about metta meditation, right? So is
Yes.
it you're saying
No, no, no,
thought of
no.
metta?
Before you come to metta, you have to create one thought and you stay with that, and then you will get into the metta meditation. Because for release, Cheto Vimukti, the second kind of release is by the metta. See, there are 3 Vimuktis. If you have gone through the Mahavedala Sutta, the 3 Vimuktis, and the what Vimala Ramsi is following is the second one, which is release of the mind through metta. First, keep that thought, you release, you recognize, then you release, relax, like that. First 3 things you have to do it continuously. Recognize, release, relax. Recognize, release, relax. And then you can repeat this whole process again and again and again till the mind holds on to that thought. Just like the breath. Initially, you can't watch the breath. So the mind illuminated book of Chuladasa is explaining you how to do that in 10 stages. And you complete all the 10 stages. Choose whichever works for you. It can be Vimala Ramsi or Chuladasa or whatever. Objective is your object should be same so that you can do shunyata of everything else.
Yeah,
Does that?
thank you, Vilas.
Yeah,
Actually,
sure.
for me, like, breath is very comfortable and breath works for me.
No,
But
no,
I
no,
was curious to
absolutely.
know what you
Absolutely. You don't have to go by Vimala Ramsi. I'm talking about Mr. Ariu Shia because he has problem from 2019.
Okay, thank you, Vilas.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so let's end for today. I think we couldn't go further than forest. So let's do the forest one today. Yes, Kalpana.
Namo Buddhaya, sir.
Namo Buddhaya.
The recognition of the thought and understanding the thought and the release the thought and relaxation is done into the Yoniso Manastika only, sir. I think.
Madam, let's not bring concepts with concepts on concepts to die with concepts.
Okay.
Just do what is said. We already have so much of concepts and confusion. Let's not add further concept to confuse. So that's the reason I took Mulakasutta. So that is clarity. You should have an interest, please have it. You should have a manasikara, without which you can't do anything. So first bring in manasikara. Choose what you want. You want to watch the breath? Fair. You want to watch the thought? Vimala Ramsi. You want to watch like Chalana, Chitra, as a movie? go by the Buddha. So now we have three guys. One breath by Chuladasa. If that works for you, excellent. One by Vimala Ramsi. Siksa. Think it works for you? Fine. One by the Buddha himself. Chalanama Chitta. Do that. Ultimate aim is to empty the mind. Shunyata. But don't bring in concepts on concept, over the concept to make the concept a real concept and struggle with the concept and die with the concept. Because everything is concept. There's nothing in this world which is non-conceptual. And reality is beyond concepts. So let's stop doing it. So, are you for you? If you think breath works, keep it. If you think Hawaii Island works, keep it. But you don't have to go on a holiday to Hawaii. You can sit in your mountain view house and have a nice holiday in Hawaii. And keep that thought for 365 days into 19 to 20 hours. And you see the fun. It works. Okay, good day.